do you think the next book is going to be on?
Oh, I think Elaine.
Do you think? I think so too.
It has to be.
Because that guy is spiraling. What's his name? That first guy that she was in love with.
Tamlin.
Tamlin is spiraling.
He's been spiraling
and I
for a
feel
minute.
like Tamlin and Elaine, because she loves gardens and flowers and.
Yeah, but their mating bond snapped into place. Like she
Who?
could feel it. Her and Lucian.
I don't know.
You don't know about that?
She hates him.
Yeah,
She hates him.
She's traumatized a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like she's. I think she's gonna
she
get something else.
Is this recording right now?
Yeah. This is how we start because it's way more natural.
I think she's gonna be something really cool because we don't really know.
We don't know anything.
What she is.
That's true. I hope she's a healer.
Something.
Or like a natural, como una bruja. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, that would be really cool.
She seems like she's always been very
like,
calming
like
and
nurturing and
yeah.
stuff like that. She has that about her. Like
A
she takes care of her
softness.
plants. Yeah. I wish I could relate, but I just feel like I'm more like Feyre, who's always in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to mediate everybody. I wish I could say I was like Nesta, but she's a bitch.
Dude, she's admitted it herself. And you know what? The trauma. I wish that there was like 100 pages smaller, that book. But I think once it got to the point of this is what depression looks like, I was like, okay, I can relate. Yes.
Feeling so unworthy of anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. But then I was
Yeah.
like, why did I have to hate her so much?
I know. I'm like, oh, she's so punchable.
Literally.
Yeah.
My mom would have.
La chancla.
Yeah. Cálmate o te voy a calmar.
El cinto.
Yeah.
That never happened to me.
Wait, what's your mom's name?
Norma.
Norma, because I've just called her Nadia's mom. Norma.
Yeah, she goes by Letty, which is...
Letty!
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
Letty.
she never goes by, because that's her middle name, Leticia.
Ah, Norma Leticia.
Yeah.
Norma Leticia, I love you. I have so many fond memories of her and how she was so cool. When we were growing up, she would go outside and sit on a chair like this in the front patio, and she would just smoke a single cigarette. And I thought she was so classy.
So sophisticated.
So, yes! Because her house didn't smell like smoke. She didn't smell like it. She literally was just like smoking and then put it away, and that was it. Like, it was such an exercise of, I'm not addicted to anything. This is just something that I do.
Yeah, and most of the time my mom's pretty well put together.
Yeah.
Like, she gets ready every single day. She has her days where she's, nah.
But even then, I bet she looks beautiful.
Most of the time, she's just, get dressed, do my makeup, do my hair.
Do my thing.
Yeah.
Have a party.
Yeah.
Take the girls to, like, Warped Tour.
Yes.
Like, she was so cool to me.
Like, Mom, me and my friend want to go to this concert. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. I remember your dad took us to Wells Fargo so I can take out some money. And then they just dropped us off. And I was like, are they not coming with us? And you were like, no.
Like,
I
why?
was like, my parents would have either said hell no, or they would have been like, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Laura at Warped Tour in the mosh pit?
The things she would see, she'd be like, we're going to church right after this.
Seriously. No, but there was a lot of people that were passing out that
I
year.
remember.
Do you remember?
It was so bad because it was in the parking lot.
Yeah, of the Luxor or something, or right behind it.
Middle of summer, so hot. I can't believe that didn't happen to us because I don't
know.
remember having a single drop of water.
I don't remember very much of it.
Yeah.
Honestly. No, because we didn't have water because you couldn't bring anything in.
Yeah.
I think you had to buy it. And I think you and I spent all our money on merch so fast because I didn't even have $10 to meet Pierce the Veil. And that was embarrassing. I still think about that sometimes. I'll be asleep and I'll be like, I could have met him. I could have paid that girl 10. Do you remember? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do.
There was a
like
girl.
Yeah.
The whole reason we went was because we wanted to meet Pierce the Veil. But we had to get these stupid tickets
Yeah.
when we first got there, and we didn't.
Yeah.
And this girl was like, I don't care about meeting them. If you want to give me $10, I'll give you my ticket. I just need to eat. And I was like, okay, nada. I had nothing. I couldn't go to the ATM because I had already gone with your dad to get my limit.
Yeah.
And so we just looked from a distance.
Yeah, we took the L.
Yeah, we took the loss.
Before we went together, I had gone before with my cousin. And that was in Salt Lake, and it was so much better there. I wish we could have gone to that one instead.
Because it wasn't in a parking lot.
No,
there, right?
it was like, there was grass and trees, like shade. So much nicer. I did meet Pierce the Veil there. And like they signed my poster, and it was so cool. But like my voice from all like the singing and screaming.
Gone.
Oh, terrible. And we had 2 days left of summer. It was close to school.
Right before school started.
I went to school like a couple of days later, my voice was still gone.
I love that for you. Because then they stopped doing it. couple years after us. They just rarely started up again.
Now it's back. They're doing one in Long Beach.
Are you gonna go?
Saw it's sold out. Yeah.
That makes sense. Because all of us have been waiting.
Yeah, it's $150 though. I'm like, the one that I saw, way less.
Did we?
Probably like $50.
Inflation.
Yeah.
In this economy. And the amount of bands though, that makes sense. Because Baja Fest, it's all reggaeton music, similar to Warped Tour, and that there's different bands. Pero that's $600. So $150, I'm like, let's go.
I think I would literally have a panic attack.
Even you and me, do you remember when there was mosh pits and we were like, correle?
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. I remember at one point, I think it was during Pierce the Veil. We were towards the front. Do you remember?
Yes.
Second, third row. We were really close.
He looked at me, I thought. I have a picture and I'm like, I think he's looking. I have a picture. I will show you. I will put it up on the screen. It's so dark though, you can't see. And I was like, I think he was
proof.
in my eyes. He was singing to me.
Yeah. You're having a moment.
Yeah, I was having a moment.
Yeah, there were like people starting to mosh behind us. Moshing is intense, and I think I would legit probably die in a mosh pit.
I think that's what you said. I think you're like, I'm not prepared to get punched in the face.
No.
We gotta go.
Or kicked.
Yes.
I don't know how that's enjoyable. Honestly, people who do it, like, you have balls. I would never. I would legit probably get punched, get knocked out, and then just get trampled on and die. Embarrassing.
She's on the other side to be like,
but I remember
embarrassing. Wow.
But I remember seeing that behind us and like grabbing your hand and like trying to run away. And then we ended up so much closer, I feel like.
To the stage?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what we did. I remember you being terrified.
I remember like at one point we were on the barricade. They were right there. So sometimes fear is good. Dude, run away from it.
It worked out in the end. That's the only concert I remember. Like, the only artists. Don't remember anyone else.
I feel like everything else is a blur. Who else did we see? Like,
no idea.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look at my pictures and
I feel like I blacked out after seeing like Pierce the Veil.
And the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Near-death experience.
Yeah.
Like, and then I think we just called your parents at some point and we were just like, we're ready.
We were there all day though, I'm pretty sure. From the starting to 9 p.m. or something. We were there all day. I can't believe we didn't get heat stroke, seriously. We
must have had some sort of water.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe your dad told us to get water right when we got there.
I don't even remember if I bought anything.
Probably not, because you'd already gone the year before.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is probably my last time. And I have none of that merch. My sister had it for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is.
My poster that
got
I don't know, girl.
Nadia, you could have sold that.
I know. Signed Pierce the Veil. Selfish Machines.
That was the best.
That album like still holds like a, I don't know, dear place in my heart. I remember before we went, I let you borrow my iPod. Do you remember?
No.
It was like it was like the tiny blue one. With the scrolly thing in the center in the screen. I don't remember which one it is. I let you borrow that because I told you need to listen to this band. You need to listen to this album.
Yeah, you did introduce me to all of that type of music.
I let you borrow it, and then you wrote me a note, and you loved the song. It's the one that says, I remember in your note, it says, I love the line, can we create something beautiful and destroy it?
Yes!
Yeah, I still remember that. And I listened to the song the other day.
Disasterology.
Yes.
They get bigger and bigger every year.
And they do like their intros to, they play a song by Chente before they go on stage. Have you seen that? That's so cool.
That was the first New Year's after my divorce, and it was like a fever dream. We weren't moshing, but everyone was jumping at the same time, and we were all pushed up together so much that it was like, we were all just, even if I wasn't jumping, like my body was moving up and down because we were all like together.
Oh, man.
And it was a dream.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Anyway, on that note, this is not going to be all about Pierce the Veil. No. Nadia and I grew up together on Dixie Downs Road, essentially. And so we had some years of friendship, which were pretty formative, I think. Warped Tour was a big part, and like that kind of music and punk rock. I think you were definitely the introduction to all of that. Who got you into it? Your brother?
No, my cousin, actually.
Oh, Yasmin.
Yeah.
I still follow her, by the way. And we've never talked, but...
Yeah, she had the flippy bangs.
Yeah!
I remember, I need to get my hair like that.
Did you ever?
I think so, at one point, yeah.
I think so. I had a flippy once, too.
Yeah, so at the side part, like all the way over here by your ear.
This was intermediate school at Lava Ridge and middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went through an emo phase.
Oh, me too, definitely. Especially middle school, 8th
Yes!
and 9th grade. That was like my peak emo phase.
Where are you?
Yeah.
And you're like crying, and you're like, you're fine. But I do remember, speaking of your cousin, actually, I've never told her this, but so from elementary school to intermediate school was rough for me. And there was times where I would sit by myself at lunch. Straight up, I numbed out at the time because I was in a sea of people that I didn't know. Because I went from like hanging out with all the Hispanics at Dixie Downs to Lava Ridge, where it's like a bunch of kids that grew up together, right?
They're all
Mormon,
from Santa Clara.
they're from Santa Clara. Their families literally settled this area. Just fine, right? Stick to what they know. But I would sit there and eat my lunch and run away. And Jasmine was one of the first people that sat with me.
Oh,
and she
really?
just sat with me. And I don't remember us even talking. I don't remember there being anything other than she sat there with me a couple times. Because you were in the other, because remember I was AB? Yeah. It was like two different lunch groups.
Different lunches, yeah.
You and the rest of our kind of friends a little bit, or people that I knew, were in the second lunch.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. So, anyway.
No wonder why I don't ever remember eating lunch with you in
We
middle school.
never ate. No, we never ate lunch together.
I was thinking about that, and I kept asking myself, damn, were we like...
Were we beefing?
Were we fighting?
No.
Were we taking some time apart?
It was all the emo music. It was like, we need our space.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy 6th and 7th grade either.
Same.
Especially because, like, you're going through puberty, like, your body feels weird.
Changing.
And it's the same thing that you said. All these kids had grown up with each other, and their parents probably knew each other. And I remember just wanting to, like, how do I explain it? Like, I want to go and be friends with them. I want to be friends with all the people that I can be friends with. And that, for me, was one of the first culture shocks I had after moving here.
Yeah. Which is crazy because every single guest that I've had on here have said that.
Really?
Yeah, that was the biggest shock, is like people being closed off to
so cliquey. And as an adult, I see it even more when other people like that move here. It's like Utah's really cliquey. What's going on here?
Yes.
And I think it has to do with, like we mentioned, people just grew up with each other. They have known each other their whole lives. I think religion kind of plays a role in that too. Like not being Mormon. Because I've heard people say, yeah, they don't want to be friends with me because I'm not Mormon.
Yeah. And before people they don't tell us to do that. I know I had friends in the LDS church that their leaders did tell them, stay away from people that you don't know, or people that don't want to be members or don't have an interest in being members, because like they just can't control that, right? If somebody starts hanging out with you and you show them a different way of life that doesn't involve the LDS church, then that's not conducive to what their religion wants, right? Which is that they're the one true church and the one true way of living. And so if you can't convert them, that's, oh, sorry.
They don't want you to leave.
No, that's it. No diss. Everyone do you, but we can be honest. It has been said. I've heard it with my own ears.
It's just my experience, okay?
Yeah. Did you ever have an urge to, or like a curiosity to join, or did anyone try to convert you at all?
Had the curiosity or the like urge to be part of it, just because we already had our own religion, and my mom was very much, we're not Mormon, we're Catholic.
Okay.
I was baptized into the Catholic Church, and so my mom was like not about that, and we would go to the Catholic Church down in St. George.
Would you? I think we probably saw each other there too. I'm sure.
And we didn't go super often, but we would go every now and then. But it was actually after high school graduation where a classmate of ours, one day on Facebook, I get a message from him, and I thought, that's weird.
You've never chatted.
We've never,
like that.
We were nice to each other. We had classes together and everything like that, but we were not friends. So I thought, why is he sending me a message? So I opened it, and it was just like, hey, how are you? And at first I was like,
good.
Is he? Like, what?
Ooh. He is very handsome.
Yeah, he's cute. And I responded, and I was like, oh, hey, like, how's life after high school and blah, blah, blah. And it turned out, like, during that time, he was on his mission.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Damn.
So he got to the question. He didn't waste very much time.
Oh.
He he asked, have you ever been interested in the church? I said, nah, no thank you. I appreciate the offer, but not for me.
Yeah.
And I said that, no response.
Yeah. Insert text here. Screenshot.
Receipts. Yeah, but I
I'm just
remember, I think that's the only time I've ever like really been approached in that sort of way of, would you like to join the church?
Yeah.
But no, I didn't. No, I was like, that's not for me.
Anyway, okay, so you grew up in Baja California, and then tell the audience, when did you come over here?
My dad came first here in 2004.
Okay.
And we were in California with some family because my grandparents have a house there, and they still have that house there.
Oh, they do? That's cool.
Yeah, they still live there, actually. So we lived there, and one day it was all of a sudden, we're gonna move because we were still going to our house in Mexico on the weekends. So I would be in California 5 days a week going to school.
And then go to the
And
Mexico on the
we
weekends.
would go, yeah.
Was that a beautiful childhood? Or do you not like it?
No, I did like it because I had my friends back in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then I had my cousins in California. So there was always something to do, something fun. And I have a lot of fond memories in that house in California. The sweetest, most beautiful memories with cousins and my grandparents there and aunts and uncles and everything like that. I love that house. But I remember loving it because when we would come back to California, we would just cross, hey, we're here for this. Like,
yeah.
Kind of thing. And there's like the border, and there's Calexico, which is like literally just as soon as you go through immigration, there's Calexico. My mom would always take me to get a Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
And I remember that was like my favorite thing ever. Loved it so much. But I think I just loved it because we didn't really do anything like that in Mexico. I told you before, like my mom would say, we couldn't even afford to take you guys to McDonald's. That was for a special occasion, like birthdays. Like that's where people took their kids for their birthday parties, a McDonald's, which is insane to think about because it's
now.
It's McDonald's. But it was a lot of fun doing that. I remember in Mexico telling my schoolmates, my 3 little girlfriends that I had, I have to go to school over there now. And I remember my very first day of school in California. The school was like 3 blocks away
from your house?
From the house. So it was really close. And me and my cousin were the same age. We went to that school together. So it was nice to have my cousin because it was somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
But little turd, he didn't want to walk with me to school.
Why?
Because he's always
been... embarrassed me.
Yeah, he's always been a loner.
Oh,
so he like didn't want to walk with me. So he would try and leave before me or walk really fast. He'd be like, wait for me. But we were in different classes too. Like we had different teachers, so we weren't even in the same class. But I remember
because you were what grade?
4th.
Oh yeah, you were in elementary school. You're just a baby.
Yeah,
girl.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. But I remember like sitting down and like the teacher telling, this is our new student. And I knew a little bit of English, like a tiny bit, just enough to be able to communicate a little bit. But
basic needs kind of thing.
But I remember the teacher asking me, do you speak English? And I was like, a little bit. I'm like 8-9 years old.
You're a little baby.
Why are you putting me in this spot? And
in front of everybody?
In front of everybody, yeah.
Trauma.
At least those projectors type of things where like you would write on it and it would reflect onto the whiteboard. It was one of those, so the lights were off. So not a lot of people could see me, which was nice. But I remember I told her I don't really speak English.
Yeah.
And I still remember so vividly her like going,
oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh,
I have to deal with this.
Yeah. But I don't know why she was tripping. Like, she spoke Spanish.
Y entonces?
I'm like, okay.
Oh, my goodness. Interesting.
Yeah, I remember that really putting me off. And she was nice. Like, she was always nice. But that's something that I've never been able to forget about her.
And is she the one that helped you with English, or did you have to go to ESL?
No, she actually helped me. I remember they had me staying after school for an hour or something, teaching me how to speak English and write and everything like that. So for a few months, I had to stay after school
to learn English. And it's hard because she probably wasn't paid for anything extra. I'm sure there's so many teachers out there.
And she was pregnant too.
Yeah.
I remember.
So she's like, I have to deal with this, and she would, but yeah, that sticks with you. You have no choice. You didn't choose to come over here. You were fine, but for whatever reason, it needed to happen, and so, well, Shout out to her. Hopefully she's better in better spirits somewhere.
Yeah.
With her life.
Yeah, she's probably retired now, honestly.
Who knows? I don't know. In this economy?
Yeah, true. And as a teacher.
That's what I'm saying. In California?
Yeah.
What part?
It's Centro.
Oh, I've never been.
Yeah, it's right by Calexico, like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Hopefully she's on a beach somewhere having fun.
Yeah.
So you learned, how quickly did you learn English?
I want to say it was like 3-4 months.
Nice. Immersion. You just immerse yourself into the culture.
Yeah, and it helped, like my mom tried to teach us a little bit beforehand to prepare us, and just watching TV as well.
Yeah.
So we spent a year in California, and then my dad had us move to St. George. And we lived in this tiny little guest house with one of his cousins.
Okay.
It was literally just a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. My brother and I would sleep in the living room on this pull-out couch thing.
Yeah.
And my mom swears that place was haunted.
Really?
Yeah.
Here in St. George, she's like, it's the first place we're staying.
Yeah, but my mom, she's always been really like superstitious. Like she doesn't mess with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she always had story of like my grandma's house in Mexico, like just really creepy stuff happening to her.
Ooh, so she's connected. It's like she's intuitive.
Yeah, she's very spiritual and all those kinds of things. But she's, I swear this place is haunted. She says that she would see shadows like going back and forth in the house. I never saw anything, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done with myself if something happened to me.
But she wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, so we lived there for probably a month or 2.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad got us a house.
Is it the one over by Dixie Downs?
The one over by you at the time.
Yeah.
And then we moved there, and I remember that was, like, compared to our house in Mexico, it felt like a mansion.
Yeah.
Because our house in Mexico was tiny. And, like, our kitchen was like a hallway.
Yeah.
Like, super tiny. But I loved that house. It was our house.
You don't know any better. Like, I'm sure your parents didn't say, hey, we're poor. Like, or make you feel like you're in poverty. Yeah.
I think in my eyes, when I was a kid, we were rich in the ways that it mattered.
Yeah.
And so then we moved to this house in St. George, and it was the first time I'd ever gotten my own room. And so I got to do whatever I wanted, because I grew up sharing a room with my brother, and then in California I was sharing a room with my brother and my mom. But that was the first year that I got my very own bedroom, and I just got to do whatever I wanted to it. And then started school at Dixie Downs. I remember walking to school because it was so close.
I was going to say, that's a theme right there, that you had that in California, and then...
Yeah.
Did your dad probably do that on purpose?
I don't know, actually.
Don't think about it.
I don't know. But I remember starting school there, and by then I was in 5th grade. And the very first friend that I made, her mom is from Chile.
Yes!
So she spoke Spanish. I became friends with her, and... we were not in the same class. I didn't really know you yet. I just would see you at school.
And because we would walk, you'd walk right in front of my house to get
right
to
in front
school.
of your house. Yeah. Eventually, when we did become friends, I don't know if your mom told me or if you told me that she said this, but she was like, esa niña se ve todo el tiempo bien enojada.
Oh. I bet you that was my mom.
I don't know if she said that to me when I was just at your house one time, or if you told me that she said that. But I remember thinking, that is so funny.
Just serious.
Permanent RBF, I guess. I don't know.
I do not remember you having an RBF.
I don't know. I was just walking to school, minding my own business. And then your mom would probably like, damn.
She would look and she'd be like, she's walking. Ahí va Nadia.
Yeah, I remember hearing that and thinking that it was so funny.
Yeah, it wasn't until later. I think didn't our moms meet first? Or did we meet?
I don't know, honestly, how...
I don't know how it came to be at all.
I don't know how we became friends.
It's a blur to me. Those 3 years are just a blur.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we went to Warped Tour that I remember some of it. But that was later. That was 15, 16. It was way later.
But I remember also the very first time that I ever went to your house. Like the very first time that I ever walked into your room.
Yeah.
And just Jonas Brothers. I never heard of them before. You introduced me to them.
I was just obsessed.
Like from the floor to the ceiling, it was just the Jonas Brothers. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh.
Who are these boys?
It was like my very first introduction to boy bands. Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, and I remember, who are these guys?
Who are you idolizing?
And you were like,
what kind of satanic rituals are you doing?
Yeah. And you introduced me to the Jonas Brothers, and then I listened to some of their music, and wow.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's like the first time I felt anything.
Do you remember that song where it was like A Little Bit Longer, I think it's called? And it was when like Nick Jonas was diagnosed with diabetes.
Type 1 diabetes, and we were just like, oh my god.
Everyone was thinking he was gonna die.
It's not funny, but it's funny that I was obsessed. I loved
it too,
that.
but now like I actually listened to that song just recently, and oh my gosh, this is like actually
cringy. Wait, hold on, let me pull some of this up. I haven't listened to the Jonas Brothers in years.
It starts off like, got the news today. Doctor said I had to stay a little bit longer, and I'll be fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Don't embarrass me like that.
No, Jonas Brothers though, still fire. Don't hate.
No hate.
Yeah. No.
Only love.
No slander here allowed.
Let me show you the song that I loved, Jonas Brothers. I loved this one. Where's the old stuff?
It just doesn't hit like the old stuff does.
No. Yeah, like these albums, It's About Time, Jonas Brothers, I Want to Feel, SOS.
SOS, please.
Okay, that's enough, because I don't want to get copyright.
Love Bug is fire.
Is still fire to this day.
So good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so boy band introduction. But then you decided to go emo with me, and I would get magazines. And I used to love fashion magazines and Cosmopolitan. And then but before that, I would get Bop and Kids Bop. 17 magazine.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
I loved all of them. And so they were always on there. And they have posters right in the middle, and I would put every single one up.
Yeah.
Without fail.
I ate all those stories up. I know they were fake, probably.
Yes.
And,
who even knows if any of it was real?
I remember like just believing it and eating it up. Oh my gosh. I can't believe she would do that.
We should get a magazine now. I haven't bought a magazine in years.
Me neither. Actually, like 3-4 years ago, I bought a magazine and it was Better Homes and Garden, but I only bought it because Harry Styles was on the cover.
Get out! Boy band craze continues.
One Direction.
Emily loved them.
Oh, I love them too.
And we did go see them in concert.
I remember.
Did you go ever?
No, I never got to.
I never went to the Jonas Brothers, but we went to One Direction. They were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Amazing. They were great. It was at the Rose Bowl in California.
Oh, nice.
It was exceptional. Yeah. And then the fireworks at the end.
Yeah, I didn't get to see One Direction, but I have seen Harry Styles twice.
On a solo. Is he good?
Incredible.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, so you're in St. George. You have your culture shocks, but you have your family, which is great. Like I remember your family being really tight, and you guys took care of each other. And your brother was older, so he
did his own thing. Yeah, we had one of my dad's cousins that he still works with to this day. They were like basically the only family that we had here. So me and my cousin Yasmin, we became very close, and she took me under her wing essentially, and I made a lot of friends because of her, and some friends that I still have now to this day. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What a small world.
We're not as close as we used to be because people grow up and they do their own thing and everything like that.
Do you like it here now?
Yeah, because my parents, I think they'll settle down here and like they won't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And then like my brother and his kids and his wife are here. So I would hate to be away from them, especially like their kids.
And they're growing up so little.
Yeah. We have our family in California, of course, and it'd be nice to be closer to them, but no.
You can go visit.
Yeah. My mommy and daddy are here.
You're like, I'm staying.
Yeah.
So transitioning to high school then, what were your main like hobbies? What did you like to do?
I don't really like to think about high school very much.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a rough time in high school,
really?
As a lot of people do. Like it was fun. Obviously, it was still a good time, and I had friends and everything. But I think there was a lot of like mental struggles for me in high school. I would say for the most part, music was a huge part of my life, and that's what made me feel better and just like brain rot on the internet. Being on MySpace.
MySpace was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to log in to see if I could see anything. I can't. I don't even know what email I had.
Yeah, I think I had like a super lame email that I
created
that
for it.
That I don't want to say. It's embarrassing.
You still have it?
No, but I remember the email.
You're like, if I could still get in.
Yeah, I feel like I would, but I don't even know if that's still a thing. Is it still even up?
It's up.
What?
But I've never been able to get into anything.
Oh, really?
I'm sure it wouldn't look like the way we had it.
Yeah, probably not. Like MySpace, I remember chatting with friends on MySpace and everything like that. But for the most part, I don't think that I really had many hobbies in high school. I liked to read, and I read a lot.
Did we read Twilight together?
Probably.
Because I remember reading Twilight with somebody, and we would talk about it all the time, and I loved that shit.
Yeah.
I ate it up.
Yeah, and now looking back at it, I'm like, ooh.
I know, cringe.
Weird. Yeah.
I still hate watch the shows, though.
Oh, me too.
It's not even hate. Like, I'm genuinely like...
When it rains, I'm like, it's time to watch Twilight.
Ooh, yeah, time to go to Forks.
It's hua weather.
Yeah. It's abandon everything to become a vampire. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've known you 6 months, but turn me.
You and me, baby.
Yeah.
Eternity.
Yeah. I remember, I'm going back a little bit, but
okay.
When I first was in 5th grade, when I first got there, I remember our teacher was reading Narnia to us.
Ooh, yes.
And I remember just like sitting there, oh my gosh, like,
fantasy.
This is so good. Yeah, I think that's like where I probably first fell in love with books.
Yeah.
And like fantasy. I love to read fantasy now. Middle school, I remember reading The Hunger Games because this girl that I was friends with, she said, you have to read this book. They're so good. And I was like, okay. And I read it and oof, I love those books still.
Did you read the new one that came out? I haven't read it.
I read
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's really good, but it's sad.
Oh!
It's really sad.
I'll probably end up reading it.
But it's so good. I wish she would come out with a story about Finnick.
Ooh.
It would be really sad too.
She might.
I hope so. Because it's not fair what happened to him. He deserved a happy ending, sweet baby angel. It's not fair. By the end of high school, I probably had one friend. At that point, I would consider him like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And then graduation, I did college for a little bit. It was not for me, so I said,
bye.
Peace out. So I just worked for a little bit, and then I got into dental assisting.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you get into that, by the way?
My brother's wife.
Oh, that's what it was.
She was a dental assistant when they were like first dating, and she just said, you should try it. You might like it. And I said yes because this is gonna like sound really weird, but when I was a kid, I always loved going to the dentist.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a really good dentist when I was a kid in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I remember it was just this like lady, she was so sweet, and she just had, you know how a lot of people in Mexico, they have like their business downstairs and then it's their house on the second floor? It was like that.
Oh.
And my mom always made it
fun.
Yeah, and she made it fun. Like she always taught us not to be afraid of those kinds of things, and she always told us like it's really important that you take care of your teeth.
But for real, like that's a big lesson. Do something that you love, that you like.
Yeah. So I went and shadowed at her office and just watched them do their thing. And then she said, you should try this program. They'll train you on how to be a dental assistant. You'll get your certificate and all the things that you need.
Yeah.
So I did that in St. George, and it was 11 weeks.
That's quick.
And so I did it over the summer of 2017. And then I finished. And then after that, I was looking for a job, and I could not find a job anywhere.
No!
Nobody would hire me.
Really?
Yeah, and I really wanted to go into orthodontics, which is braces and everything like that. But I just didn't get the opportunity. And so then finally, I got offered a job at an office. I felt totally unprepared going into it. But it was a new job. But I started there November 2017. And I remember thinking, this is really hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But it was just me getting in my head, and new environment, new job.
Absolutely knew everything.
Yeah, knew everything. Something that...
What had you done before?
I worked just at a restaurant. Just
so
food
night
service.
And day.
Yeah, totally different. But I started there, and I worked with a dentist who, bless his heart, was so patient and just a really good teacher too, which really helped. He just very kind, cared a lot about the patients and everything. And my supervisor was also super helpful. She'd been in the industry for a really long time, so she really taught me a lot of things. And then maybe 8 months in, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
You got it.
I got this. Felt really confident. And then like maybe a year or two into it, all of a sudden we're getting another dentist. because my dentist that I first started with, he was going to move away as soon as his contract was over. And then the other dentist came in, like fresh out of dental school.
Doesn't know anything.
Yeah, as far as running a clinic and everything like that, probably pretty fresh.
Yeah, running a team, running a client base, everything.
But he came in and he was just a little ball of energy.
Okay.
Like, just so excited to be there and just do things. And he like, get me patients. I'm ready. And I remember being like, whoa, like, chill.
Calm down.
You gotta establish patients first.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to do as much as he could in the day. And listen, you need to calm down because you're gonna burn yourself out.
Oh.
But he just did not want to ever not be doing anything. But
yeah. And as his assistant, you're with him through all of this, right? You are with him through each client. You essentially assist him in whatever he needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We began to work together and we became very close just because by the time that I was no longer there, it had been like almost 3 years that we had known each other. He taught me a lot of things and I taught him a lot of things from like an assistant standpoint. So we were learning from each other, and he introduced a lot of procedures to the clinic that we were not doing before, just because where we worked, it was for low-income families. People can't afford to go to a specialist. We should be able to provide the service for them to get the care they need.
Yeah.
So he introduced a lot of new things to the clinic, which was really nice because then I got to learn. And he was always asking me, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do? Are you going to be in general dentistry forever? What are you going to do? And at that point, I had seen a lot of procedures like root canals and extractions and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him I love when we pull teeth, which is really gross to some people, I know. But I loved it. I loved doing like extractions and surgery and everything like that.
Okay.
And so then he said, okay, so you want to go work for an oral surgeon. And I saw that this other oral surgeon was hiring. So I just went in and I dropped off my resume, and the office manager was just like, oh, just come on back. I'll interview you right now.
Oh.
So I said, okay.
On spot. Dang.
And I think it was a really slow day. I don't think the doctor was even there. So I went in and she interviewed me and she was really nice. And then she said, let's get you back for a working interview. I did tell my dentist, like, just so you know, I applied here to see what happens. And he was really supportive of it.
Yeah.
And so then I went to my working interview, and I am glad that they didn't hire me because it didn't feel like the place for me.
Okay.
It didn't feel like I would have been a good fit.
It's true. The interview process is both ways. I try to tell everyone that I've ever managed that. When you interview, you're also interviewing for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you or at least want to put yourself in a situation where you could be a little picky in that, hey, I want to make sure that I'll be successful here and can stay here for a while. So that's really great of you to do that. But
the reason they didn't hire me was because there's this huge thing in dentistry in St. George of you don't steal another doctor's assistant.
Oh.
I don't know why, because there's so many dentists in St. George, and I don't know why.
Does it go back to the clickiness?
Probably.
It's like,
I don't know, but
personal.
It's just a big no-no in St. George in dentistry. But up north, it's not that way. He didn't hire me because my dentist would refer to him. So he didn't want to lose that relationship with my dentist. Yeah. And so that didn't work out. And then my dentist at the clinic, he said, hey, there's this office that is hiring. You should go apply. It's an oral surgeon. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. And then a couple of days later, we had this horrible experience with a patient.
Oh, no.
And there was a lot of the patients there. Most of them were very grateful that we could help them out. And there was just a couple of bad eggs that were so mean. People were like so mean.
Hard to work with.
And I don't blame them. Nobody likes going to the dentist, right?
Sure.
Patients sit down. I don't want to be here. There's just people that are just not happy in general. And then, oh, I have to go to the freaking dentist. But there was a particular experience that was like so bad. And I remember like at that point, I was extremely overworked. I was getting paid
not to the standard that you should.
Yes, for everything that I was doing. I was not getting paid as much as I should have been. So then I said, you know what? Let me go apply to this damn job. I went in and took my resume, and it was the same thing. They said, oh, come on back, we'll interview you right now. And I was interviewed by the office manager at the time, and she was really kind. She gave me a tour of the office, and then I sat down with the doctors and talked to them. And I remember they were both really nice and just a very calming energy to it. And so then I went for my working interview, and I really liked it. It was fun.
It felt good.
Yeah, but it was totally different because, like, patients are sedated.
Yeah.
Like, things can go very wrong if there's, like, an emergency happening. That kind of scared me a little bit, but it was a lot of fun. I remember during my working interview, there was a patient who had their wisdom teeth out, and they brought mom back, and they're like, give mom a thumbs up, show her you're awake, like that you're doing good. And she flipped off her mom. I was like, whoa.
Kudos to your other doctor for being a good mentor, where he wasn't selfish. He wasn't like, I want Nadia to stay here forever. He asked you what your dreams were, what you wanted to do, and he pushed you to it.
He definitely helped me grow a lot as an assistant. He just taught me so many things, and then it helped that he said, there's this opportunity, like, go do it.
Yeah,
and so
I love that.
Yeah, so it was really nice of him to do that for me. And he had talked to one of the doctors before because they lived in the same neighborhood. He put in a good word for me. And so then I got the job, and I started working there in April 2021.
Did they pay you enough?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I did. It was nice, like, going
jump.
there. Because I think at my old job, I was being pretty much the only full-time assistant there. I was doing all the dental inventory, so I was ordering. I was even sometimes working front desk.
Bilingual.
Which I hated.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's like a requirement or something to work there, to be bilingual. Because so much of it is the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
So that was like a must for them.
Yeah.
But then I went over to my current job, and I was the only Spanish speaker. So
that's a perk for them.
Yeah, and I think
Did you tell them that?
Yeah.
Did you tell them? I speak Spanish.
I think that had a lot to do with why I got hired.
Okay.
But I'd also had previous experience as an assistant, obviously.
Yeah.
And so then I started working there, and at first I struggled for a little bit, like, connecting with the other people, and thinking, like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to form any sort of connection with these people. I would say it probably took me like 2-3 months before I was comfortable with, all the surgeries, and not just that, but like the people, the doctors.
Did they offer like a training program or anything, or did you just learn on the spot?
I learned on the spot.
Dang.
Yeah. There was a girl like training me, but she was leaving because she was pregnant. And so she trained.
She's like, here's a wisdom.
Yeah. And she had been there like 5 years.
Wow.
So she knew her stuff. And I think it was like 2 weeks, and then she was going to go and have her baby.
Jeez, crash course. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, she taught me a lot, and then she left, and then after that, I still had a lot to learn, because 2 weeks is not enough time.
No.
So I actually ended up having to learn a lot of things on my own. The other girls helped if I had questions, and a lot of it was also like asking the doctors questions during surgeries, like, why are we doing this? Or like,
what do you need from me?
What do you need? Yeah. But it was, in the end, like, obviously it worked out. I'm still there, and I love working there.
Now you're in management.
Now I'm in management. Which is crazy to think about.
When did that happen?
So I would say probably 2 years being there.
Awesome.
The girl who was lead assistant quit. She ended up putting her 2 weeks in. So then the doctors brought me into their office, and they said, hey, we want you to step into her role and take over her responsibilities.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Yeah. And they said, so just watch her closely, see what her responsibilities are, have her show you.
Literally another 2 weeks. Crash course in another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it wasn't anything that was too new, because at my previous job, I had been doing the ordering, and I was the assistant, and I had all these responsibilities. So it was going back to where I was before.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was hard at first, even though I was very familiar with what I was going to do.
The role.
But it was hard because I had no support from the previous lead assistant.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, like she wasn't facilitating the transition?
She didn't give me an explanation of her roles. Like, she didn't tell me any of those sorts of things.
So did the doctors step up at all to tell you?
I just said, you know what? I'm just going to really step it up. I'm going to do the best that I can.
Sure.
And in the end, though, I did break down and I told one of my doctors, like, hey, this is what's going on.
Please.
And I was like in their office, like crying my eyes out because it was frustrating. And it was sad, too, because I considered that person my friend and it was rough not to have their support.
Yeah.
So then I just ended up breaking down and telling him, like, this is what has been going on the last 4 weeks. And I just needed to vent to you and just let you know where the situation's at. But don't worry, I will get through it. And I do everything that I can to the best of my abilities. But the other girls that also worked there, they offered help. So it was good. And then maybe a year later is when we merged with another office. They had told us not a lot is going to change. That was a lie.
We're keeping that in.
Yeah, do it. And so like a lot of changes, which is expected. It's a merger.
Usually messy.
Yeah, it was very messy at first, and there was a lot of issues in management, and just like me and my office manager, who is actually no longer there, she actually quit like maybe 3 months ago now.
Oh.
I could see how it was starting to wear her down and stress her out, and she had a lot of personal things going on too. But I remember she was telling me like a couple of days before she put her 2 weeks in, She's said, ready. I have something to tell you. And in my mind, I went, she's going to quit. She's about to tell me she's quitting. And then she said it.
Did that responsibility go to you?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I don't want to work at a desk all day. They had this other front desk lady. She took over as office manager. And I love her. She's great. But it was hard at first because we were going through all these changes. And we went through a software change that didn't end up working out. So that was frustrating because we were back to square one after putting in all this time and effort into a software that didn't end up working out. And I had spent a lot of time training and learning the software and setting it up and making things the way that we need them to be as far as our charting and how my doctor likes to chart.
So do your doctors involve you in a lot of that decision making?
For the most part. So management has meetings and we come up with recommendations that somebody takes to the doctors.
Okay.
So one of the doctors is in those meetings because they're essentially the CEO. And then he goes and meets with the rest of the partners.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's great. Sometimes that line is just not even there of communication to the higher ups. And so that's good.
Yeah. Communication was also like a big issue too. It's like all of a sudden we're doing this. And we're like, what do you mean? But that has improved a lot, like the communication. When I told you I get emails, I get emails now. But yeah, the merger it was rough at first, and there was a lot of changes.
But is it still what you want? Is it still like what you've dreamed of and what you wanted to do?
I think so. I do love my job. Yeah. I love the people I work with. I love my doctors. I love surgery. I love that I can work in the hospital and do all these bigger surgeries in OR setting. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. But it's not perfect. No job is ever going to be perfect. And the doctors are going to make decisions that I'm not always going to be happy with. And sometimes it's just what it is. I'm very honest and open with my doctors because I've worked with them for so long. They appreciate that I tell them things because I'm not going to hold back and tell you everything's perfect and everybody's so happy because that's not always the case. But they're very good at addressing things and trying to come up with solutions that will make the staff happy. And so that's really good. And I've told them, you guys need to have our backs. You have very good staff that is worth fighting for. And you need to support us and advocate for us to the other partners as much as you can.
Say that louder for every business owner in Southern Utah. Fight for your people, especially if you have good people. It's blown my mind how some managers here in Southern Utah do not see the talent that they have and just give them the attention that they deserve, really.
Yeah. I told them, you have staff here that you need to fight for because they want the business to succeed. Like they care about the business and they're
invested.
Yeah, they care about the patients and
you as a doctor.
And you as a doctor, And so
good. I'm glad that you're able to tell them that.
I can go into things like pretty heated when I'm talking to some, and not in a I'm mad at you.
A passionate way.
Yeah. It's the Latina in me. I can't help it. But I should probably hold back a little more. But I care about this, so like I'm telling you, it's good that I can have that relationship with my doctors. I can go to them about anything.
That's
basically.
awesome.
But sometimes I know that I can be a lot.
But would they tell you though too? Would they be like, do you think that they feel like it's a two-way street? Like they can come to you with anything too?
Yeah.
I feel like they probably, if there was a problem, they would tell you. Based upon what you've told me about them.
No, they come to me and say, hey, can you talk to the assistants and make sure this is getting done and those kinds of things, because I'm the one that advocates for them. I'm the one that goes to the doctors and says, hey, I never say the assistants because I'm them too. Yeah. So I tell them, hey, we feel like this is an issue, or we need to do this and everything like that.
Good.
Yeah.
That's how a true leader is, I think, at the front of the pack. We're a collective here.
Yeah, but
we do this. Yeah.
But then I always tell them, just so you guys know, if something's not getting done and something goes wrong, I'm the one that's gonna get
the fault,
my ass chewed out.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we're really getting this done and doing this and whatever it is, because I don't want any of us in trouble. I don't want anybody to get pulled aside and be like, why did this happen? But for the most part, we work very well as a team. Like I can go to work and consider them my friends, which is always really hard to navigate because sometimes I do have to be the
boundaries.
I have to separate it and tell them, hey, as your manager, basically, which is always hard to do, but it has to be done. They're all very understanding and they're all amazing.
Yeah,
anytime
you love them.
Like they want me to evaluate them and be like, oh, everybody's just a 10. Everybody's perfect. What do you mean?
I love them.
Yeah.
Hand selected them.
Yeah.
I love it. Then what's next for you?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Very like going with the flow type of person. I am a planner to an extent, but I'm also just we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
Long term, I can see myself there, but if my doctors leave, I'm leaving too.
You're out.
I'll be out. I don't think that I would want to do anything else.
Yeah.
If I did, I would probably have a little side hustle or something, like a fun job where I can just go and not have to be so serious. Yeah. But long term, I think I'll be in St. George because that's probably the plan for my family too, as far as I'm aware. I can see myself being there probably until I retire. Yeah.
I hope that they value you and they take care of you so that you can do that and you feel good and supported there.
Yeah.
Real quick, we didn't touch on it, but any advice with multi-generational living? Like living with your parents, but also like supporting each other and having boundaries?
Yeah, I would say healthy boundaries, establishing as much privacy as you can, and pulling your weight too.
Ooh, okay. What does that look like for like your family, for example? Like, what do you do? What do your parents do? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I help pay the mortgage.
Uh-huh.
Me and my boyfriend, we help pay that.
Love it.
So that really helps out my parents a lot.
Yeah.
Because my dad he's getting old, but he's always doing something.
Is he retired or no?
No, he still works.
So you also taking over that mortgage, it's giving him a break though, because then he doesn't have to stress so much about that.
Yeah, it's been good. I don't care what anybody says, okay?
I love it.
I love living with my parents. They're awesome and they're fun and they're respectful of my boundaries and my privacy. So it's fun, and like me and my mom, we're really close. When I get home, if something happened at work, immediately I have to. Yeah, and it's nice too to be able to do that, because then you get like this totally outside perspective and you get like this other input that you like, oh, I didn't think about it like that before. So it's really nice to have that. It's not bad at all. I love living with my parents. And that house is really special too. Like my parents have put in so much time, work into it, and so much love.
It's so beautiful. Every time I drive by there's like plants everywhere.
Yeah, my mom and her plants. She's a fun lady. Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely more beautiful than when they probably got it.
Yeah, when and then every time she's out of town, like, mis plantas me las cuidas and blah blah, and my chickens, and
she has chickens.
She has chickens.
Leticia, I tell you, she's an icon.
She has 4 chickens, and for the most part, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with them because I think they're gross. But sometimes I'll be like inside and I just hear her yelling at them because they are such troublemakers. It's so funny. You go, vete para allá, órale, órale. I'm like,
what do they do?
They just try to eat everything, like the plants.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
And so my mom gets really riled up. Don't touch my plants. But my mom is an animal lover. And she grew up with animals. And I did too. We were always around horses and cows and bulls and chickens. And because my grandpa, he had a
Was
farm.
he a rancher?
That's all he knew. Working in the fields and then coming home to his farm and working on the
His
field there.
farm? Yeah.
We were always around animals, and so is my mom. So like she has her chickens and she has a turtle. She has 2 turtles actually.
Oh.
And she has a fish.
And you have cats?
I have a cat, and my little brother
Has a cat?
he has a cat. He just got a kitty. He had been talking about it for years, and he calls her his daughter. So he's like, I'm a dad now. I'm like, shut up. Yeah, he goes
How old is
into
he now?
He's 17.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just turned 17 in April.
So he's gonna graduate next year?
Yeah, so he's gonna be a
Nice.
senior
Wow.
this year.
I remember when she had him.
I know. It was crazy. I remember finding out, like, my mom, look at this, and this paper, and
Sure.
I'm looking at it, not really understanding, and I go,
Because you were how old when he was born?
I was 14.
And your daddy was even older than that.
Yeah, 17.
Oh my god.
So my little brother and I have a 14-year gap, and then between him and my older brother, 17. But yeah, I remember asking my mom, are you pregnant? She said, yep. Like, whoa! But me and my older brother, we loved it. We loved having a baby around.
Oh.
And it's really fun and special to see somebody grow up. I have a lot of fond memories of him
Of
as a
helping.
baby. Yeah, and like taking care of him. But then that also made me realize I don't think I want kids.
Really?
Yeah. And now I have my nephews and my niece. Seeing them grow up is also really special. Just it's insane seeing somebody grow up and how each and every day the way that they talk to you. How do you know that? It's so weird just to see this tiny human talking to you like they're an adult basically.
Yes. Let's go back to not having kids because I also don't want to have kids. Sometimes people are like, "Ugh, you're gonna change your mind."
I feel like I've been saying that since I was like 15 years old that I
Have you?
don't want kids. And now I tell my mom if I have a kid, it's because it was an accident.
Yeah.
Whoops. But I think kids can be so much fun and they're precious and I love them. And other times I think that they can suck. There's other times where I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I think that's what makes you respect parenthood because sometimes it's hard. You see it firsthand. I'm sure with your nieces and nephews and your little brother.
Yeah.
You saw all sides of it as a teenager.
And so I don't have the desire. I don't know why. And I think pregnancy can be terrifying. I don't want to go through that. Your body goes through so much. So respect for all the moms out there, okay?
Shout out.
It's a huge responsibility.
I think that's more of a serious commitment than even marriage. And I think it should be treated as such because your kid needs to be wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, they need a healthy dynamic.
Yeah, even if you're just co-parenting, and even if you're divorced, can you function and be a good partner with this person for the child? And I don't know if a lot of people know.
That ties you forever to him.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're comfortable in that. And has anyone given you pushback?
Yeah, I will get people, you're going to change your mind. It's different when they're your
your own.
Yeah, obviously.
Which is true.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't have the desire to do it. You know, you're raising a human, which is huge. But also, I'm like, I struggle to keep myself financially in a good spot in this economy. That's why I still live with my parents, okay? Because I would rather struggle living with them than living on my own and struggling because it's hard. And if you can do that by yourself, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't. And it's not embarrassing to admit. It's good to admit that, like, I'm not financially stable enough to have my own house, much less have a child.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to provide for that child. They depend on you. And people know that.
Yeah. Sometimes I think people forget. Honestly, when sometimes people are like, I'm just going to have a baby and that's cool. And I'm like, okay, I'm a planner. I'm a Virgo with ADHD. You think I'm just going to have a baby?
Yeah.
If I were to do it, like, I would have to plan it. I would have to do all these things.
Yeah.
And I would for the baby.
I have to be in a place where I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. So I think that maybe then I would consider it. Because sometimes, and I think that this is just hormones talking, but I'm like, But what if I did have a baby?
And that's the thing too. Is there's also so many benefits to living with your parents too. Is that if you did have a baby, you have support. It takes a village, inevitably.
And my parents would be over the moon if I had a baby.
My parents.
They'd be so happy.
My mom was like, "Get knocked up and give me the baby." She said that to me and my sister.
I'll do it. I'll do everything. Don't worry. I'm like,
what that line is in Easy A when she's, "Oh man, I just really wish you'd get knocked up so that I have another chance to do it right this time." Okay, Mom. That's the same energy. So.
And I just tell Mom, you have grandkids already. You're fine.
And chickens and turtles and
like you're fine.
Plants.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
I don't know what we talk about, but
I don't know. I think we did. I think we covered quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
I think this is more of getting to know Nadia.
Yeah. I agree.
Yay! Hug me.
Oh, my knees.